guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. As you can see by today's title, we are going to be doing a tutorial kind of like makeup look. I am going to be telling you guys the baddest of the baddest of the baddest of the baddest on the floor when it comes to my everyday soft glam makeup look. Okay, so we're starting off on freshly washed, moisturized, prepped skin. It's really important that you prep your skin. It's 2026. We should know this by now. You're going to prep your skin 20 to 30 minutes before you do your makeup so everything can just soak into your skin. If you want your makeup to look right and last all night, you cannot skip that step. I'm gonna go in with the dajuahmariah powder serum, and I'm gonna put this all on my T-zone. I absolutely love the water powder serum because I do find that when I go throughout my day with my makeup, especially in my T-zone area, especially on my nose, oh my god, like my foundation literally starts to slip. Anything Danessa is just chef's kiss. Anyway, the next primer I'm gonna go in with is the e.l.f. Power Grip. I actually like this primer because it gives your makeup such a tacky base to stick onto, and I literally like it. Ooh. And I'm just gonna focus that on the outer parts of my skin, and pretty much where I didn't put that, I did put some of the primer there, but I try not to put it on top of where I put the powder serum. Next, I'm gonna go in with the Morphe Color Correct to cover up any darkness that I have on my face and pretty much don't want peeking through my foundation. So pretty much this is gonna cover up any darkness that I don't want peeking through my foundation, and I absolutely love this because I got dark circles, y'all. I be trying to cover it as much as I can. So instead of going in with a foundation, I'm gonna go in with the dajuahmariah Yummy Skin Tint. Y'all, this is gold, like literally. Like, I love the finish that it gives my skin. It's super lightweight. It feels like I'm not even wearing anything, and I've been picking this up over the summer. I literally had this for a good month and a half, and I'm already hitting pan. Like, look at this. Like, what? I know it looks like it's not my color, but I promise you I make it work. I'm gonna be honest with you, I know it looks a bit orangey. I'm gonna be honest with you, I was too stubborn to ask a worker at Sephora to help me match, and this is in the shade number 8. So I'm gonna just buff that on my outer parts of my face, so pretty much my cheek, my jawline, and just buff that into my skin. And I am using the Morphe M105 foundation and body brush. I absolutely love the finish that it gives me. Like, this is super lightweight. It feels like nothing is on your face, and it just gives you such, like, not a matte, but still like a blurring effect, if that makes sense. Like, it's super tea. I love it. I am going to go in with the Ruby Kisses 3-in-1 Stick Foundation in the shade Chestnut. I don't really contour, but I do use like bronzer as my contour, and I just feel like this is the perfect contouring shade, especially for the summer for me. Like, I've been literally eating this up, and I got this from the beauty supply for like $6 or $7. I'm gonna take my Real Techniques 206 contour brush. This is the head of the brush, and it blends beautifully. And I'm just gonna blend that into my skin. It literally blends like butter. I just absolutely like. I know a lot of people say that they love blush and they would want to be a blush, but if I can choose, I would literally be a bronzer. Like, I just love what it does to my face. I don't do not one step. I'm gonna bronze. Next, I'm gonna go in with my blush. I am gonna use the Stain and Tint Blending e.l.f. brush, and I'm gonna use this to pretty much do my blush. Now, my blush of choice will always and forever be like, this is like my favorite blush if I'm gonna eat the girls up with a pink. This by Morphe. I love their cheek thrills. If you see them all over my Instagram, like, this is literally probably my go-to. It comes with a cream, powder, and a highlighter all in one palette. Like, you can't beat that. So I am gonna go in with the shade Apres-ski Cream. I'm gonna go into the cream, and I'm just gonna put that all over my cheek. I literally love these blushes. Like, you can literally make them what you want them to be. They can be as sheer or pigmented as you want them to be. They build beautifully, and I don't know, this is just like the perfect pink, and I feel like this pink would literally fit any black girl, any skin tone. Like, similar to how Ruby Woo is for black girls, I feel like that's what Apres-ski is. Like, you just have to try it for yourself. Next, I am gonna go in and conceal. This is the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Honey, and I'm pretty much gonna use this to highlight my face. I'm pretty much gonna put this all over my high points of my face that I want to highlight and bring light into, and I'm just gonna connect it down here as well. Now, after I apply my concealer, I do let it sit for a little bit. It blends better, and I just feel like the coverage, once it sits, just looks way better. So I'm going to let that sit for a little. Okay, so I let the concealer sit on my face. Now I'm just going to go in and blend it. Sometimes I alternate between blending with a powder puff or even a brush, but today I'm just going to use a powder puff. I do find that a powder puff just makes it more seamless. Now with a brush, if you're trying to save and make your concealer as like super coverage, use a brush. I typically use the Morphe, where is it? I typically use the Morphe 132 concealer brush, a really nice dense brush to blend my concealer, and it literally looks good. But I alternate between both, and literally it looks fine. I'm gonna be honest with you, I feel like I'll use my puff more than I use my brush. And I do like to cut like under my, I don't know what this is called, but I like to have like a crisp line there. You'll see what I'm saying. So I just tap, and I blend and I work slowly. The key to blending and a flawless like coverage is just taking your time. Like, it literally is. And then of course, like when I'm taking my puff, I go like blend it in and then turn it sideways and go up this little corner, and then I just go in my inner corner. Now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna set my concealer, and I need to hurry up and do this because I do get creasing under there. So before I actually set, I am gonna blend my under eye one more time. Once again, taking the same powder puff, I am gonna go with my Huda Beauty baking powder, and this is in the shade Pound Cake. It's not super white and translucent, but it's not yellowy either, which I like. Her powder is so good. I need to get the full size. This powder is so good, you guys. Like, oh my god, this powder is so good. It literally blurs your skin and just gives your skin just such a nice finish, and it blends beautifully under the eye. Like, I have literally no white cast. I like to actually build my powders up. I actually like to do at least 2 to 3 layers of powder on my concealer under my eye, just so I know that it's like set, you know. And then my forehead, of course. Even though I got that oil control there, I still like to put it there and bring it down. I go in and bronze, and I'm going to use my Coco Naughty Fenty bronzer. I love this bronzer. It's super matte. It has no shimmer. It's like a lot of bronzers, I can't even get it open. A lot of bronzers have shimmer, but this is literally a complete matte bronzer. It leaves my skin just leaving super sun-kissed, but not too dark and cakey. Like, it just blends amazing. And typically I take a small detail brush, but I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I just go like this with my contour and take it up into my brows lightly, because I don't like a super dark contour on my nose. So I go on with my blush, but I'm gonna use the powder inside the palette, and I'm gonna put my blush on. And I like to place my blush a little high, so super cute. And I like to just take it into like the tails of my brows. Speaking of brows, we're gonna go in with the Benefit Precisely My Brow pencil, and I use the shade 6. I alternate between 6 and 5 depending on how natural I want them to look. I am gonna use shade 6. Now, when it comes to filling in my brows, I don't go too crazy because my brows are pretty thick, and I hate like a super dark brow. So I just fill into like the mid to the end of my tail. So I'm just gonna do it lightly. I always mess up on this brow. This is literally my trouble brow. It really is, but hey, it is what it is. They ain't always gonna look alike. Okay, so to make my face look less powdery and just make everything just infuse and come together, I use the One Size Powder Melt. Give that a good shake. And to follow up with that, I'm gonna go in with my setting spray. This is the Milani Make It Last. I've been loving this spray. It's super fine, and I just love it. I'm gonna do my lip combo. So for my lip combo, I literally been eating the girls up. Okay, so my camera actually died. I have to hurry up. So let's hurry up and do our lip combo. My lip combo is always and will be my go-to pink gloss and a brown liner. So I've been loving the Morphe Trendsetter. I gotta sharpen my pencil. I'm gonna go in with the Morphe Trendsetter lip. Alright, so like I said, I go in, I line my lips with the Morphe Trendsetter. I overline a little bit. This is the Morphe Trendsetter lip liner. I'm going to go in with some lip gloss, and this is the NYX Fortune Cookie. Me and Fortune Cookie goes together really bad. Like, it just gives like the perfect nude. This is the Worth the Hype NYX mascara that I have. Alright, so this is the finished look. I hope you guys like it. Guys, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on my socials because we be having fun on Instagram. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next one.